Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are all fine. Okay, in the last class we have taken force and pressure. Okay, and in that numericals I have taken. Up till 12 I gave you the work, students. The 13th numerical is not to be done in your notebooks, that's why I have not taken it. Okay, so that was all for that chapter, force and pressure. Okay, then now we are going to start the next chapter, that is energy. Students, we all know that to do any work in our daily life, what we need is the energy, which we get from food that we eat. Right? Now, everyday life, in everyday life, all of us do some work. We do work when we play, when we go to school, upstairs when we are going pedaling a bicycle, lifting up something. So basically, we use the word everywhere. Even if I'm reading a book, pushing a wall, we say that some work is done. But students, no, actually, work is not done in these activities. In physics, the word work has a special meaning. Okay? Work is said to be done when a body changes its position or moves in the direction of force applied. For example, when I am pushing a wall, is the wall moving? No. Is it that the wall is changing its position? No. So no work is done. Similarly, when I am reading a book, mental work is done, but physically no work is done, because here again the same thing, that there is no change in the position when the force is applied. Okay. So remember, if no work is said to be done, if there is no motion produced in the body, even when force is acting on it. Hence, work is said to be done if the force applied on a body moves it. So, what is needed is important condition. Not only it is that just a force is acting and the work is done. Then in that case, this here also work should be done. So, what is the important condition along with the force acting? Yes, there is that the body must move. So, if no motion takes place, no work is said to be done. Clear, student, this particular part? So, when I am lifting up a book from a particular position to a certain height, yes, the position is changing. So, here the work is done. So, students, whatever is underlined in this form, you will write down point wise all these notes. Okay, in your notebooks, these notes are whatever is underlined by me. Okay, you have to write it in the form of notes like this. You'll make stars, you'll make points, and then you write down all these points. Fine. Let's move to the next part. Now here I am discussing few more examples of the same. Work is being done when a boy is climbing up the stairs. Position is changing, force is applied. Yes, so work is done. Work is done in changing the shape and size of a ball. When you squeeze a ball, force is applied on it. Its size and shape are getting changed. So yes, work is done. Okay. Now when a person is pushing a ball or is pushing a heavy stone, if a boy is doing that and he feels exhausted, tired also. So even then the work is not said to be done. Why? Because the force applied on the stone by the boy does not make the stone move. So as long as the body doesn't move on application of force, work is said to be zero, or no work is said to be done. Similarly, if I take the case, a coolie is standing with a very heavy load. See, students here, he's standing with a very heavy load on his head for quite a longer time. Even though he may feel tired holding that weight, but still what we conclude technically as per physics is, since no motion is there, body is not changing its position, he does no work, right? So now we are in a condition to understand what all are the factors on which work done depends. Okay, so factors affecting the amount of work done: number 1, magnitude of force applied air; number 2, distance moved by the body in the direction of force. Okay, so how does it depend? More is the force applied, more will be the distance. For example, if you push a chair gently, it will get it will change its position a little bit. But if the same thing is done with a more amount of force, what will happen? It will get displaced more. So in this case, when we are saying that the force applied is more, the work done will also be more. Let's see the next, that is the distance traveled. Let's see how it depends on distance. Again, same thing. More is the distance covered by the body, more will be the work done. So this is also very, very important. Dependence of amount of work done on distance. See, I have written students like this, the directly proportional value. Exactly the same way I want you all to write. Don't write the whole of the paragraph, it's not needed. Give the heading, factors affecting amount of work done. Point number 1, force. Point number 2, distance. W is directly proportional to F like this. Second, W is directly proportional to distance. Clear? Now let's see what the definition of work done says. The work done by a force on a body is equal to the product of force applied and the distance moved by the body in the direction of force. That means work done is the product of the force and the distance moved by the body in the direction of force. So this definition you will write along with the formula. So what is the formula that you get, students? Yes, we get the formula W equals to F into T. F is the magnitude of force applied. How much is the force applied? And D is the distance moved by the body in the direction of force. Now obviously, if a force acts on a body and the body does not move, as the case was of wall, this heavy stone, no work is said to be done. That means I can say work done is 0 if displacement is 0. Now, is it the only condition for work done to be 0? No. One more case is there. For example, no work is done by the force of tension on the stone. See, here centripetal force is acting. Towards the center, this force is acting. And this is the direction of motion if the stone flies away. So, what is the angle between the two? 90 degree. So, when the direction of motion and the force, the angle between the two is 90 degree, then also if the two are perpendicular to each other, we can say, then also the work done is 0. So that means the work done by a force is 0. This is the second condition I get for the work done to be 0. If the body move in a direction perpendicular to the direction of force applied. Okay. If this is the case, then also the work done is said to be 0. Clear, students? So this is an important point. Do you know? You need to learn it properly. Not to be written in your notebook, this do you know, but it's important because 2 reasoning questions are framed for 2 to 3 reasoning questions are there in this one. So prepare well. Okay. Now let's talk about next, that is the units of force. Okay. Now that we have discussed the factors affecting, okay, then we discuss the definition of force, the formula required for the force, then 2 conditions when the work done can be 0. First, when the body does not move, that is displacement is 0. Okay. And second, when the the direction of force and the direction of motion are perpendicular to each other. Now let's see the units of force. As I said, work done is W is equal to F into D. We all know the SI unit of force is Newton and of distance it's meter. So the SI unit of work comes out Newton into meter, that is Newton meter, and also it is termed as joule because it is after the name of the scientist James Prescott Joule. So what do I get as 1 joule, students? 1 joule is equal to 1 Newton into 1 meter. That means work done by a body is said to be 1 joule when a force of 1 Newton acts on the body and the body gets displaced by 1 meter. Okay. So this is what you need to learn. Again, I've marked it star. You know the reason by now, I guess. Yes, because this definition is important. Define 1 Newton or define SI unit of work done. We can give it to you in both the ways. Fine. So 1 joule you have to learn. Next, these are the higher units. Relationships must be learned. We all know kilometer, kilogram. It is equal to 1000 gram and 1000 meter. So same way 1 kilojoule is 1000 joule and 1 megajoule is 10 to the power 6. Fine, then this relationship is important, you need to learn. That was all for today's class, students. Write all the underlined points given in explanation in your notebook. Also, I'm sharing the PDF of the same with you so that there is no confusion what all is to be written in the notebook. Whatever is underlined by me, that must be written in the form of notes, points. Okay, thank you students. Revise and complete all your work.